Okay, so we are done with the tires. Now we're going to do the work on the chassis, the diffs, and the gearbox. Okay, so now we're getting on to the axles. I've actually pulled this differential, the rear differential out from the car. It's very easy to take out. You just unscrew the lower part of the shock over here, the other side over there, and there's one screw that goes on at the top here that holds that triangular link, and basically it comes off, and you have to unscrew this in order to do this mod that we're going to do. It looks to me like there's already metal gears in there. If there is, then that's fine. Then I'll keep these hardened steel portal gears and these gears over here as spares. If not, then I'll actually put them in, because what I don't want with all the extra weight that I'm going to put on the vehicle and the crawling that I'm going to do is I don't want a situation where the gears inside are plastic and they get stripped. So we've done the metal gearbox. Now we're inspecting the diffs just to ensure that they are actually metal or not. If they are not metal, then we're going to put the metal gears in. So I've got my dogs in the background making noise. I'm sure you can hear them if you're lucky to hear that sound. It's my one big dog, Raku. He's licking his hands. He tends to do that sometimes. I don't know if it's a habit that he has or it's just a bull mastiff thing. But yeah, the two of them sitting with me in the office here. And all three of us are working on these. Okay, so it's not your standard axle, which you just take off those bolts and then a plate comes off. It seems like you have to take off the two sides and then you can open it. So let's do that. Okay, that's the screw for the one side. Let's take that off, we put it there. That is the screw for the other side. Let's take that off quickly and there you go. Sorted. Put that there. Now let's open and see if it's got metal gears or if we need to replace these. Okay, great. It's good I opened this. It seems to have two plastic gears in there, as you can see, and with our kind of crawling, this is not going to work. Okay, so we actually had to stop this project yesterday because just the bearing alone and the pinion and the diff gear over here were not actually meshing properly because there was a bit of a space in this mold. So if you have that same problem, what you'll need to get is some bushings or spaces, whatever you want to call it. But I basically put these under the bearing, not on the side of the pinion, but on the other side of the bearing, between the bearing and the plastic, to sort of create that space. And now hopefully it's going to work. It feels very smooth over here. Okay, so we succeeded with the rear diff, changing it to metal gears. We used the two shims and more spacers, and we're going to do the same in the front gear if it doesn't fit nicely. in the front diff. So we're going to take this section apart, open the body. We have to open the body to get to the top screws over there to take them off. And yeah. Continue on the FCX18 build, and one thing you most probably know if you have this car is it doesn't look so pleasant when you pick it up and you turn it over and all you see is just an empty shell. So as you've already seen, we've printed these inner fenders or wheel wells, and we're going to install them, and I think it's going to make this car look a lot better. It's also got a bit of a sidebar to it and rock slider kind of feel, so I think it's going to protect the paint on the side, and I want that because usually when we're making a very technical maneuver, the body sort of sometimes brushes up against the rock depending on the situation. So this just makes so much sense to me. So you're going to see a clip of us installing this in a time-lapse, and you'll also see a time-lapse of this being printed. Okay, so there we go. I just took them off the printer bed and they fit without any modifications needing to be done. And I like the fact that it doesn't come all the way to the front. I'll just pause the video quickly, switch on the light and show you. I like the fact that the front wheel wells or inner fenders don't come all the way to the front, because you see there's a lot of stuff, wires and different things that could sort of interfere with that, and it could end up leaving a situation where you have to edit or cut or modify the inner parts that you want to fit. I actually really wanted to install rock sliders on this RC, but the nice thing is these fender wells or inner fenders come with the rock sliders already on, and they stick out to a certain degree. So if I turn this over, you can actually see how they stick out. Now, my print work wasn't the best, but it's okay, it's good enough. And the nice thing, like I said, you can actually pick up the car now without breaking the body, because it actually holds the body over there from being pressed in or collapsing in. So that's how it looks now. I think this makes it look a bit more complete. Unfortunately, we can't do anything about that space over there. That's going to be there, but at least we won't get a whole bunch of leaves and twigs and stuff going over the motor. And this is a brushed motor, so they do get hot, and that could be a cause for concern in terms of fire, but looks good. I'm quite happy. I'm impressed with the outcome. I'm impressed, and I think it definitely wasn't a waste of 3D materials. So in the hood, if you look from this side, sorry, there's a lot of shavings. I actually shaved a little piece of the hood off over here, which I'm going to stick a sticker over. And the whole purpose of this is anyone who has this car knows that it's quite difficult, especially if you've got short nails, to open the hood. So I put that there so you can actually just put your nail under slightly and go in. That's why there's a bit of shavings over there. Another thing I did is I took these lenses off. It's very easy to do. There's a clip on the other side and there's a pin on this side that hold it. So once you undo the clip, it just swivels off. And I painted those pieces at the back of the light chrome. Same on both sides. So that's done. That's the mods that we're going to do for now. You'll see a bit more of this car at a later stage, but I already really like it. It actually falls into one of the categories that I like. It's a very iconic vehicle model, and one that I certainly do love a lot. So I most probably will carry this with me a lot in the different places I go, and you can always have 18 scale on hand.